This is an Nvidia RTX 2060 Super which I am unboxing for the first time, and one of you might get a chance to win this, but for now let's talk about something related to the bigger picture here. So today we are going to find out if having hardware that can deliver higher frame rates can make you a better gamer. And while a lot of you might already know the answer to this, we are also going to include people who have never played FPS games to find out if they also improve at gaming with a higher refresh rate visual experience. Hey guys, I am Siddharth and let's find out if frames win games. If you don't understand the difference between 60 and 144 Hz, it basically refers to how many times the image on your display can change per second. So in the 480 FPS slow motion footage that I captured with my phone, you can see that the 144 Hz image is way smoother than 60 Hz footage. So this video is running at 25 frames per second, and if I reduce the frame rate by half like this, you will see how choppy it gets. So there is a similar experience if you downgrade to a 60 Hz monitor after using a 144 Hz or 280 Hz monitor. Our test subjects in this very important scientific research are going to be me and my friends. So we have Vaibhav, who has held diamond rank in Rainbow Six Siege. Then we have my friend Vipul, who understands basic mechanics of FPS games, but that is about the exposure that he has to gaming. We have Rini, who has actually never played any FPS game, and she even had to learn how to use WASD keys for moving around. And lastly, you have Siddharth, who plays some single player games from time to time, but nowadays I don't get time for gaming because making these videos takes up most of my time. Our test hardware is going to be a Core i9-9900K system paired with an Nvidia RTX 2080 Ti to ensure that we don't lack horsepower. Because for this test, we will use the world's best gaming monitor, the ASUS ROG PG27UQ, which runs at 4K resolution with a refresh rate of 144 Hz to give you an eye-watering gaming experience. So now let's begin with our first test in CSGO that is going to test the reaction times. So the theory is that you should be able to see the change in frames faster with a higher refresh rate monitor, resulting in better reaction times. In our slow motion capture, you can see how much more time the monitor takes to refresh at 60 Hz when you compare it to the 144 Hz display. So now let's see how well that translates into real world. So while with Vipul, we didn't see an increase in human responsiveness, the other three of us did get better results at 144 Hz. What we found was that Vaibhav and I were consistently able to get better reaction times. We were able to get a reaction time of 156 milliseconds lots of times, and in my best run, I was able to go as low as 109 milliseconds. While at 60 Hz, getting a figure of lower than 172 milliseconds was almost impossible, and the lowest we managed to hit was 156 milliseconds, and that too only once. We have another similar test in CSGO where we try to hit a moving target jumping across the opening in a double door. While this test is also very reaction based, you have to react after seeing a moving object, which is quite different from the whole screen turning green like the last test. In this test, we saw that there wasn't any performance increase with Vipul and Rini as they hit the same number of targets at different refresh rates. But both Vaibhav and I were able to improve in this test, and I was able to get 8 out of 10 hits, so I am pretty impressed with myself. At 480 FPS, we can also see how big of a difference there is between 60 and 144 Hz, and you can see how smoother the 144 Hz refresh rate is. Being able to identify moving objects is very important while gaming, and in this area, the 144 Hz refresh rate makes a really big difference. We also repeated this test at 60 Hz with the in-game FPS also logged at 60 Hz, and we were almost unable to hit the target even a single time. Because even if you are running at 60 Hz, running the game at higher FPS gives you a big advantage because each of the 60 frames that you see on screen is a more updated version of what is happening in the game. So even if you have a 60 Hz monitor, you will benefit from a powerful graphics card like the RTX cards I showed in the video. For the final test, we loaded the consulate map in Rainbow Six Siege and used Mira operator and covered one of the garage doors with one-sided mirrors. while the other player will briefly appear above the one-sided mirror by standing up and crouching by using a macro. This is very reflective of what the actual gaming experience is like, so let's see if higher frames make a difference here. We didn't include Rini in this test because she was unfamiliar with basic mechanics of holding the right mouse button for aim down sight and then pointing at the target to shoot it. So in this test, we can see that Vipul wasn't able to improve at 144Hz refresh rate as he was able to hit the target one time in both of our tests. But I was able to improve at 144Hz as I was able to get a 33% higher hit rate. And with Vaibhav, we saw a similar trend. Then we finally showed our newbie friends the ultimate test of high refresh rate displays. Moving windows on desktop on PG27UQ and my other 27-inch 4K 60Hz monitor. And let's see what they have to say about the overall experience.
So I don't know what the technical differences are, but the monitor felt much smoother to use in the second test.
Honestly, when you saw that the second monitor, the one with the red logo, when we showed you that this is how movement looks like, the movement of windows looks like this in this monitor. So what was the difference that you felt there was between the monitor on the right with the red logo and the other monitor without any lighting?
એક વાર તો મને લાગ્યો યો કોઈ વેર્યો પછી મને ખબર જ નહીં પડ્યો યો અટમ વટમ પહોંચી ગયો મને ખબર જ નહીં પડી મને લાગ્યો ગરમ ગરમ તવા પે કોણ મક્કન રાખ દીધો.
So that was the opinion of my noob friends, and while we did run this test with an RTX 2080 Ti, you don't actually need something as powerful as that to run games at 144Hz. Because we also tested this with an RTX 2060 Super, which was able to run CSGO at 280 FPS at 4K and also handled Rainbow Six Siege at 144Hz at 1440p. And the best news is that I will be giving away this GPU to one of you with my first giveaway on the channel. And to participate, you have to subscribe to my channel with bell icon, share this video on Facebook or Twitter, and in the comment section, you have to answer a simple question. Which one of these is not a feature of RTX cards? Is it A. Real-time ray tracing, B. DirectX 12 support, is it real-time ray tracing, or if it is DLSS? You also have to follow ASUS India on Facebook, and I'll have all the other details in the video description. You are also going to subscribe to a channel where we share some really helpful tips on tech and also do some crazy things for fun. But to finally answer the question that we aim to find out, I think that we can conclude that higher FPS cannot make total noobs a better gamer. But even if you are a casual gamer like me, you will definitely see a very measurable improvement in your performance. But in games like Rainbow Six Siege, you do require muscle memory and understanding of the mechanics of the game. So even though my reaction times were faster than Vaibhav, in the Rainbow Six Siege test, he was able to perform better and also showed more accurate hit rate with increase in frames. At 144Hz or higher, you are basically getting more information fed into your eyes by the display compared to a 60Hz experience. And when there is fast action going on, the extra frames that your eyes see really make a big difference, especially in competitive gaming, and even moving the mouse on desktop and scrolling things is a much better experience at higher refresh rates. But it also takes some practice for your mind to process all of this information and to react according to it. And that's also what our results proved today. So I hope that we were able to learn something new today. You can also leave your thoughts and experience with higher refresh rate monitors in the comment section below. Consider subscribing to the channel even if you are watching after the giveaway has ended. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.